Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royal tea. Meghan Markle's preliminary trial against the Mail on Sunday and Thomas Markle has begun. And the issues are that it's very likely that if this goes to trial, Meghan Markle will suffer terrible damage because all of the people that she was interacting with, all of these secret discussions about this letter and Thomas Markle are all going to come out. Meghan went on a full slander campaign against Thomas Markle right after the wedding. He didn't come to the wedding. She had people, there were lots of news articles alleging that Thomas Markle he didn't have a heart attack. He didn't have surgery. There were, I remember, 5 or 6 articles like that. He did have a heart attack. He was under so much stress that he had a heart attack the week of the wedding. The 5 anonymous friends. This focuses particularly on the 5 anonymous friends that did an interview for People magazine. Why are they anonymous? Why not just come out and say who you are? And they basically, it was a huge slander campaign. And this, of all things, is what people really have a problem. This is the crux of the matter of what people have a problem with Meghan Markle about, is her relationship with her father. This very loving man who sent her to college and raised her and really took care of her and launched her to be the person, that she is and the success that she is in life. So let's look at this. This is the preliminary hearing, and the actual trial will not be scheduled until February or March 2021. What is the likelihood that they're going to settle? Boy, oh boy, I think it's high. Okay, let's just read this because it's interesting. Duchess Meghan's privacy lawsuit hearing against British newspaper starts via video conferencing. Okay, so they're doing it through video conferencing. Okay, a preliminary hearing via video conferencing opened Friday at Britain's High Court in Duchess Meghan of Sussex's lawsuit against a British newspaper that published what she describes as a private and confidential letter that she wrote to her estranged father. Okay, so this confidential letter, the 5 anonymous friends put it out on blast on People magazine. So it's not confidential anymore, is it? There was no immediate decision on the issue at hand, but legal analysts watching the case are predicting trouble ahead for the former Meghan Markle, the American actress turned royal duchess. Meghan is suing the Mail on Sunday and its parent company, Associated Newspapers, for publishing a letter she wrote to Thomas Markle after her May 2018 wedding. The civil lawsuit accuses the newspaper of copyright infringement, misuse of private information, and violating the UK's data protection law. Meghan Markle is a U.S. citizen, violating the UK's data protection law. She's a U.S. citizen. Thomas Markle, who she sent the letter to, is a U.S. citizen. The 5 anonymous friends went on People magazine, a U.S. media corporation. This was aired in the U.S. All of these are U.S. persons. I'm not sure that UK even applies here. UK law applies. Associated Newspapers denies the allegations, particularly the claim that the letter was presented in a way that changed its meaning. Okay, so Meghan is saying that they did eisegesis on her letter. They only represented parts of that letter and therefore misrepresented. So basically, the 5 anonymous friends were slandering Thomas. And I believe there's a connection between Meghan and the 5 anonymous friends. They're basically Meghan's mouthpieces. Okay, and so once that information is in the public sphere, okay, the 5 anonymous friends were referencing that letter. Obviously, they had access to that letter and knew about it and had read it. How can it be a private letter? Okay, and then Thomas went and he rebutted these accusations because Meghan was on a slander campaign against him. He has every right to defend himself, and she says that he didn't tell the whole story. The Mail on Sunday didn't tell the whole story. Thomas admits this. He says there were parts of the letter that were too painful to reveal. because he felt that she was just attacking him. At the hearing, which was conducted via Microsoft Teams, accessible to the parties involved in blah, 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 word salad, asked Justice Mark Warby to strike out parts of Meghan's case ahead of a full trial, arguing that allegations of dishonesty and malicious intent should not form part of her case. Okay. Anthony White, the barrister representing the publisher, told the judge that lawyers for Meghan have made further assertions of improper, deliberate conduct and accused the publisher of harassing, humiliating, manipulating, and exploiting Thomas Markle. That's called projection. Harassing, humiliating, manipulating, and exploiting Thomas Markle. That's called projection. Okay. The 32-page court document setting out Meghan's objection to the publisher's effort argued the move to strike out parts of her lawsuit is misconceived, confused, and inconsistent. Her argument noted the Mail on Sunday does not defend its article as honest or non-intrusive, but only that those issues are irrelevant to the case. That's interesting. Stevens said the Sussex lawsuit started out as a relatively simple copyright and privacy case which favored her, but is now transformed. The paper is defending itself by citing a People magazine article in which the 5 anonymous friends of Meghan spoke out about her father's criticism of the Duchess and mentioned the letter. He said the case has been turned on its head because the Mail has taken evidence from Thomas Markle in which he claims he was attacked by his daughter. She was on a slander campaign, and her friends in the People article. Under British law, Thomas is entitled to defend himself if replying to what he perceives as an attack, and the Mail on Sunday is entitled to report on his reply to an attack. That's poorly worded, but that's what happened. Okay. Quote, here's the main thing. Quote, Meghan is going to suffer enormous damage because she now has to disclose all the people she told about these top secret messages, texts, and letters exchanged with her father in court. She's going to be asked, did she know her friends were going to talk to journalists about this? It's clear this is a car crash of monumental proportions. Thomas Markle's strained relationship with his daughter complicated Meghan's entry into the royal family. Good day, YouTubers. Does Thomas Markle believe he will ever see Archie before he dies? Thomas is 75. He's turning 76 on July 18th of this year. We know the Queen is 94, okay? And I think she may, she has the best of everything. She has the best health care. She may be in better shape than Thomas. My father died at 70, okay, and my grandmother died at 60. So age is just a number. When you get up past 40, age is just a number. Does Thomas Markle believe he will ever see Archie again before he dies? Let's see. Let's see what the cards want to say. Does he believe he will see Archie? Does he believe he has any chance to see Archie? Look at that. That's pretty. Well, the outcome is very devastating. 2030, 8 diamonds, which is cornucopia. So, no, he ultimately believes that he has no chance because of all of the secrets and lies. He's very far away. He's in Mexico, which now she's in LA, which is actually very close. You could just drive down to Mexico where he lives. And he probably, he can drive up to the U.S. to cross the border and get, shopping and all kinds of things just very easily. And that's why he's living there. I think he's living in Rosarito, which is in the Baja, right across the border. Although the borders are closed right now, so you can't cross. So what do we have? Does he believe he'll ever see her again? Sun exposes everything, step by step, and 4-leaf clover. This is an opportunity to expose everything. Wow. This court case is an opportunity to expose everything in their close relationship, and over 10 clubs is a long, either this is the far away card, like I just said, or this is over an entire lifetime. Okay, it's a very long journey. Yeah, so Thomas is actually looking forward to this trial as an opportunity to expose everything. There's nowhere for Meghan to hide. If this trial goes forward, there's nowhere for her to hide, and her public image is going to be damaged even further. And if you notice, nobody is defending Meghan anymore. So Meghan, one of the key elements is that Meghan denies knowing about the 5 anonymous friends interview with People magazine. They referenced the private letter. You know, her whole case is this letter is private and you have no right to publish it, and you're violating the copyright of this letter. That's the whole thing. Well, she handed the letter off to these 5 anonymous friends to go on People magazine. So that's not a private letter now, is it? So let's see what is the relationship between Meghan Markle and the 5 anonymous friends. Did she collaborate with them? Surely she gave them the letter. Surely she was talking to them, or they wouldn't have referenced that letter. Okay, because that letter was not yet public, and then Thomas defended himself against what the 5 anonymous friends said, and she's saying, oh, that's not fair. It's very much what she's doing with sending the recent letter. So is there collaboration between Meghan and the 5 anonymous friends? Is there collaboration between the 5 anonymous friends? Deeply rooted, 23, 6 clubs. Yeah, and long-term. What do we have on her side? We have yes and connection. Yes, there's a connection. Yes, there's an official connection. 25 spades. She doesn't want this to be revealed, because if it's revealed that there is a connection between Meghan and the 5 anonymous friends, her whole case falls apart, because it's not a private letter. She disclosed this letter to multiple other parties prior to Thomas defending himself, and you can't have it both ways. Okay, so clearly there is a connection, but she doesn't want people to know. She strenuously denies that this connection exists, but this connection will be revealed inevitably through texts and questioning people under oath, because you shouldn't lie under oath, and you can face criminal charges of perjury if you lie under oath. What's on the 5 anonymous friends side? Man, deeply rooted, and inheritance. 23, 29, 8 hearts. Water into wine. Water into wine can be a lying card. Very closely connected, very deeply connected. 10 diamonds. There's a very direct connection. They were just directly given the letter. King of Hearts is very direct, very direct action. Okay, without any fanfare or anything. They were just given the letter. There's a very deep connection. And 8 hearts. And either it's transformative, either she was on a slander campaign against him. And I think this is what really bothers people about Meghan more than anything else, is the slander campaign against her father. How unkind she was to her father. What's up here? We have cross and crossroads, 12, 3 spades. Permanent. We have very deep relationship cards. So these 5 anonymous friends may actually be people who really know Meghan really well. Like, they're probably actors who worked with her on Suits, but they know her very well. Yeah. So she just basically gave them the letter. So there's a very direct connection. And once that connection is revealed, her lawsuit, she loses. She loses her lawsuit. Does Thomas Markle want revenge or reconciliation? Let's back up. Because here, I see him looking forward to the fact that everything is going to be exposed by this trial. That says maybe revenge to me. And he doesn't believe he's going to see Archie before he dies. Okay, so does Thomas Markle want revenge? Because he just, he's had enough. He's tired of trying to reconcile and be nice to his daughter, who is just infinitely mean to him and really not being truthful. Okay, this whole, he didn't have a heart attack. He didn't go to the doctor. He didn't have surgeries. That's really cruel. I mean, that's really, she's gone above and beyond. And then she'll deny and say, "Oh, I didn't say that. The paper said that. I didn't tell people that, but she did." Okay, so does Thomas Markle want revenge now? Is he that upset? He wants what's best for Meghan. He's very emotional about it. 16 4 spades, even though the relationship is dead and over. He's reacting to circumstances. He's very emotional about it, but he wants what's best for Meghan. There's no revenge here. It's all hearts. It's all hearts and no spades. 4 spades is a spade. He feels that it's over, but it's all hearts. He's not trying to hurt Meghan. 8 diamonds, mustard seed, Trinity, working everything together, the message and everything, the message about everything and working 11, 12, 3 spades. He believes this is going to cause her conflict, but he's not actually trying to hurt her. But he wants everything to be revealed. That's interesting. So he's not trying to hurt her, but if she gets hurt by the circumstances, well, that's your fault, Meghan. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. Okay, Meghan really has to settle. Okay, because she's going to lose this case. The Mail on Sunday, the Daily Mail, they did not settle because they have a winning case, and I have predicted before that they're going to really come out with the dirt. As soon as this case is over, they're going to really put her on blast. So will Meghan settle before the trial? Which, that trial is February or March 2021. That's crazy. That's a problem with the UK justice system. Will she settle? Okay, coffin, death, ending, karmic relationship, ruler, 13 and 10, 23, 6 clubs. Will she settle? Well, there's an ending right here. There's an ending in the middle. Ruler, taking charge of the relationship and ending it. This does say settlement to me, but a really great move for her is, if the trial is really not until March next year, and I hope that's wrong. I hope it's March. No, it's April now. So they do mean March. I don't know. Now I have to wonder when that article was written. That article was written today. That's like today's article. So either their information is wrong or they meant to say March next year, which is crazy. So she can literally not settle and keep a gag on these companies, on these media corporations, until finally at the last minute she settles, and she's had a gag on them for 1.5 years, which is crazy, or 2 years. And anything can happen in 2 years. That's a lot of time to buy herself. So that's really worth it for Meghan. What's underneath? Mother Earth, Roadblock, Fox, and Incubus Succubus. Bad relationship, blockage, acting very cleverly. We have 2 queens, and they're acting very cleverly on this problem in the soured relationship. 24 and 11, 35, 9 clubs officially. I think she's going to drag it out, like I was saying. I think she's going to, be the queen a little bit and finally make some wise moves, because she really seems to act on her emotions. She's always playing the emotions cards. She's always acting very emotionally, and so she acts very unwisely. All of this slandering of her father, It's illogical. She needed to really, at any point, she can just say, I'm sorry, Daddy, and go visit him and make up with him and not even say she's sorry. Blame everybody else, but just go visit him and bring him into her life, and it's all over. All of this terrible business is over, and she can still make all with her mouth all the excuses she wants as long as she goes and sees her father and begins having a relationship with him on some level. So I think finally she's going to be advised. She's going to play strategically here, but I think she will settle. Because she's just simply going to lose. And if she's exposed, if all these things are going to be exposed, it's going to hurt her. It's going to hurt her more than anybody else. Okay, and I don't think she can win this case. But anything is possible. I mean, the justice system that's an oxymoron. Justice system is an oxymoron. And that has nothing to do with Oxycontin or morons. Okay, does Thomas Markle believe that he will ever see Archie again? No, he doesn't, because of all the secrets. Okay, but he does believe that what's happening here is going to reveal all of these things, everything throughout the whole life. It's going to reveal all of Meghan's secrets, and he's not upset about that. He's upset that he's not going to see Archie and see his daughter. Okay, Meghan Markle and her 5 anonymous friends. Is she connected to them? Was she conferring and collaborating with them? Yes, absolutely. We have 2 diamonds, a union, and yes, and she was doing it very officially, probably through her, the media people, through official channels. So there's other people involved. So a whole lot of people know the connections, and we're part of those connections, and you can't hold all of that together, bribing and threatening people. So these people are very connected to her, and it was just a malicious slander campaign. So definitely. And I think she was kind of clear about, she's just going to slander Thomas, her own father. Okay. Does Thomas want revenge? No, he doesn't. He's just very upset. He doesn't want revenge, which I'm a little surprised almost. I thought maybe he's getting bitter about it, because he also promised that every month he was going to talk to the media, and he's not doing that. He's not even doing that. Okay, so he's not trying to hurt Meghan. Meghan is trying to hurt him. Will Meghan settle? I do see a yes here. I see an ending right here. I don't see a loss. I see an ending, and I see her acting very strategically about this terrible mess that she's created for herself. It's quite an interesting drama, this lawsuit, because it's nothing but screw-ups on Meghan Markle's part, and she's really gonna eat it. If she doesn't, settle, she's really, really gonna eat it. And that's what I think. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who've bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.